Morning guys, Nikki from Gracie's house. I'm coming to you this morning. I'm a little bit cold in my workshop, so I thought I'd get you to come and join me and keep me company. Can you see how red my nose is? A little bit of pink. It's quite cold in here this morning. I've got all my doors closed. I've got a neighbour a couple of doors up is having some tree work done, so you might hear the odd chainsaw in the background. Apologies for that. Morning Debbie. As I always ask you, if you're watching, if you can just pop a little comment on. I'm going to be twisting backwards and forwards because I'm going to do some painting with you this morning, but I will try and keep looking at my comments. So if you saw my very, very brief behind the scenes live yesterday, morning Leslie, thank you for watching. So we had this cabinet. It's completely cleaned. I use elbow grease. So over in America, if you're using Dixie Belle, they've got a great cleaner called White Lightning, but we can't get that here in the UK. Hi Debbie, hi Keely and Jackie. So I use elbow grease, which is a really, really good degreaser. Hi Laurie. You couldn't sleep? Oh no. Oh, well, hopefully we can entertain you this morning and try not to screw things up. So I did have to sand this one. So I had on this side, you can see it's, I don't know if you can see that, if I can get it round enough. You see it's much lighter here. So all of the, hi Jackie, all of the finish has basically, something had happened to it. It didn't look like water damage, but it was all crackly. And hi, I'm gonna hopefully, Adele, hi, and Julie. So anyway, so that side had to be completely sanded. No rain this morning, I know, we've got some sun. I've even had to put a blanket up over my window because the sun is coming in so bright, I couldn't actually see what I was doing. So it's nice, but I think we'll do some more rain later this evening. Hardware's been removed, so I've got two little sets of quite traditional sort of drop handles with those things, and I've taken off the key, the back of the escutcheon, is that how they're pronounced? I've taken that off as well. So I've not entirely decided what I'm going to do, but it also had a piece of trim missing and all of the little nails were there. Hi Patricia, hi Jennifer, all the little nails were there. So I had a piece in my stash, which is pine, it doesn't matter, I'm going to paint it. You won't even know, but it fitted quite nicely on there. So I glued and stuck that on and pinned it back on yesterday, and that fits perfectly. And I've scuff sanded the rest because it was a very, very shiny piece. It had a really, really shiny finish on it. So you could use slick stick, but really that kind of product is more for like glass, plastic and laminate, rather than something that can actually be scuff sanded. So this side got completely sanded back because the old finish was very flaky and rough to the touch. Everything else has been scuff sanded. I'm diving in. So I'm not going to do the transfer today, but I'm going to show you what my plan is. So I've got this one, which is absolutely beautiful, and it's called Imperial Garden. Now I've used half of this already. A couple of months back, if you saw, I did a glass cabinet with gold leaf on the back, and then I put this over the gold leaf. Really, really, so effective. Beautiful. Sold really quickly as well, so that was always nice. So I have the other half left, and it just happens that it fits perfectly on this cabinet. So I might have to do a bit of trimming, but I'm feeling that this is going to look really, really cool. So the plan is that that's going to go, let's take the key out. That's going to go here. I should have pinned it flat. I'm going to tuck it in. I'm going to finish it on the edge of the cabinet door, and that's going to be there. And then the last bit. So I might have to trim some of the top off. So those are the colours that we have in the transfer. So if you've read the title on the description, drop me messages, guys. Drop me some loves if you're liking what we're doing. So the main colour that I'm going to go for, no, not that one, where is it? I've got so many colours down here in front of me. I have got Savannah Mist, but I actually haven't got much of this, even though this is going to be my main colour. I'm going to just open this up and see. The way I'm going to use it, I've probably got maybe a quarter of a jar it needs watering down. I've not used it for a while, so I'll pop a bit of water in and it'll be plenty. Morning, Cindy. Thanks for all the loves. I've just seen some hearts pop up, guys. Thanks. For my pinks, I'm going to use Tea Rose and Pink Champagne. It is a gorgeous transfer, Leslie. It's one of my favourites. I might have asked Helen to put another one aside for me so that I haven't gone out of stock on it. So yeah, Pink Champagne and Tea Rose. Absolutely love both those colours. Morning, Shirley. So that's going to be my highlight. Hi, Susie. Vintage Duck Egg. I'm not 100% sure, but because there's greens in the floor, you know, in the foliage of the florals, I'm thinking I might pop a little bit of that in. I've got Driftwood, just to tone everything down and make it a bit more wishy-washy. Hi, Kelly. Thanks for joining. And then just because on the blues in here, I've picked out Yankee Blue as well, so that I can do some sort of darker spots. My piano's done in Yankee Blue and Driftwood, and it's a really, really pretty beauty. Leslie, Helen is the bomb diggity. She's been a very, very busy girl this week. Yeah, she's been busy. She's got builders in, she's got it all going on. She does not do things by halves. So I'm going to get cracking. I have got loads of brushes in front of me because I get messy, and I've got all these paints, so I've got loads. Hi, Sue from Sue's from Sydney, and hi, Linda from Sunderland. Thank you for watching. So I have Oval Medium by Dixie Belle. I've got one of those. I've got a mini angle that way up, Dixie Belle. Hi, Lisa. I have also got the mini, just the normal mini. Hi, Erin. Which I have to say is probably, out of the two, I think the normal mini is my preference, but I do like the oval medium for blending as well. I've got some very, very inexpensive fine synthetic filament brushes, which I just wear into the ground. So I don't treat these very carefully. So I've got those as well, but I also have Stylmeester brushes, which you can't even see the writing on anymore. But these are great. So that one is all synthetic, that one. So I think that's one of the newer ones. Hi, Tanya from Brisbane, and Greta's watching from Belgium. Wow. And this one is one of my favourites, which is the oval. I've got a feeling it was the 35, might have been smaller than that. That's got some natural bristles around the edge, but it's that's a good, I love this for blending as well. I've got a nice clean rag. I've got my mister bottle. I think I'm sorted, and I've got a cup of tea. So I'm just going to get some lids off, and I'm just going to get cracking. So really what I wanted to do, like I said, so that's the bottom. I want to just do some shading and some blending and just make it quite pretty but subtle. So I'm going to probably be using quite a circular motion. Those of you that's seen some of my recent pieces that I've shown them, and I recently showed my pink princess chest of drawers. It's got quite an almost like cloud-like sort of effect. So I don't go for a really, really smooth blend. Well, I do sometimes, but I'm just thinking more like cloudy, if that makes sense to you guys. So where am I? There we go. So like I said, I'm just gonna pop a bit of water in that one because I haven't used Savannah Mist in ages, and I used a lot of it. Just get a stirring stick, and the little sticks that I get in with, hi Lane, hi Shelley, the little sticks that you get in with these, I use the plastic transfer tool. These are great for stirring sticks. And actually I was worried that the stain might come out. I might not use them in a white, but I haven't had any problems as yet, so I'm just going to give that a little bit of a stir. So with the Dixie Belle main range, it's not a problem to add water, and if you feel like it's got too thin, you can just leave it with the lid off for a while until it's a consistency you like. That's quite nice. I will have to be careful though, because I do want that to be my main colour. But it really depends what you put it with, I find. Savannah Mist is one of those chameleon type of colours. I do find it depends what you put it with, how it... Right, let's stop talking. I'm going to just stop talking for a minute and just get a bit of paint on. A bit of a lump there. Let me just sit back so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to pop on most of this, but then I'm going to add other colours while this is still sort of wet. Like I said, I want the colours to reflect what's going on in the transfer that I've picked to go on this piece. And I've always been one for removing the doors and everything. And hi Rachel, like I said, I'm gonna keep trying to keep up with the comments. Chopsticks are good, Elaine. Is that for stirring? Do you know what? I use anything I can grab, but at that point I just happened to see one of those transfer sticks and I have started using them because otherwise I don't really know what to use them for. So and I can feel it's going on nicely. But okay, sorry, I was just saying about the hardware, wasn't I? Yeah, I used to religiously take it off of everything. Hi Melanie. And I'm a little less precious about it now, especially on these little cabinets. I've taken off the rest of the hardware because I'll definitely do something with that, but hinges, you can kind of, I think you just get a feel for it, and I think it depends what you're going to do. I literally just decide piece by piece. So there's one coat on there, and then I'm going to add some other colours in. So I'm in the same situation with Yankee Blue, but I already checked this one. I'm going to ask about removing the doors. When do you do the sides? Julie, so basically I'll do what I'm doing here. If I'm not on camera, I kind of do it at the same time. So because I've got the key, I can open this and just touch it up. And also it depends how you're doing your blending. Because what you don't want to do is do blending everywhere and then you forget the top and then you've got to blend the edges to match. So you can kind of do like a really subtle version of what you've done on the front, or you know, you could blend in a corner. You might be not blending over the whole piece. It really depends piece by piece. But if you're doing one colour, much easier. It doesn't matter when you paint them. You can wait till that's dry, then hang them open and paint them. If you're blending, you really need everything on the piece at once, because unless you're doing like drawers that have got the same kind of pattern, if you're doing a blend across the whole piece, you need it to be cohesive across the whole piece. So I might do that in a minute and just pull the door out and do the edges. We'll see. Let's have a look. I'm going to just pop a little bit, and this might be too runny. I might have to I think I put too much water in this. Yeah, I did. So I'm just sort of dabbing it on really. I'm going to pop it down there. I've actually got another Yankee Blue here. I'm going to use that because it's just a bit thicker. There's my backup one. Because the other one was very, very solid this morning and I did put probably a bit too much water in. So let's just do that instead. Move my legs so you can see what I'm doing down here. So just to kind of mix it in, to do like the basic first blend, I like to do quite a rough blend so you haven't got a solid line to deal with on your second coat, but it's individual. Completely, where's mine? There it is. Okay. But I like to try and do a little bit of blending so that you haven't got to work quite so hard. Did you see what I mean about how it's more of a cloudy effect? What time is it here, Laurie? It's 20 past 10 in the morning. So I've got a commission in. I've done a coat of paint on the whole of the base of a table. And then I thought, oh, I'm going to crack on with this. But I thought I'd get you guys involved. Because quite often I haven't got so much of a plan. I mean, I've got a vague plan going on, but I just thought, oh, I fancy having a little chat with you guys while I'm doing it. So let's get tea rose. And if you ever get your lids are a bit stuck, just like I've just done, I just bang it on the floor. It works a treat. So I'm going to get tea rose and pink champagne. Sorry for the noise. Do you know what? The tree surgeons have gone ever so quiet. There we go. That one was a bit stuck on. I haven't opened that one in ages. Tea rose I've used recently. Oh, this one is tough. There we go. Such a pretty colour. It's so subtle. Can you see that? Actually, on camera, it looks almost white. But it's really, really pretty. I'm going to go in with that one. So, and I have got my mister. I showed you my mister, but I'm not using it yet because I just want to get some paint on and not make it too slick. Like I said, there is no plan. What have we got there? Love seeing the creative process. No, I haven't put any boss on there, Hayley, but I scuff sanded. So I cleaned it and I've scuff sanded. So it did have a shiny surface, but this, I've painted these before and there might be a bit of bleed. We'll see. There might be a tiny bit, which I can go over again later. But I'm just going with it on this one, to be honest. I'm just, you know, and if it goes wrong, that's the great thing. You can just do a bit more. There you go. I'm just going to put some random. So this is a lot paler, this one, but I quite fancied having that pale just to do some highlights. Okay. So what's that one? And you really just need a really light touch with the blending brush. And I really didn't want also, I wanted the colours to none of the colours to sort of be obvious at all. So you wouldn't necessarily go, oh, that's got that colour on it and that's got that colour on it. I wanted them to sort of be, I don't know how the best way to describe it, like shadows of themselves almost. So you see where the pink blends into the blue. It's quite pretty, but it's just subtle. I'm going to put some more Yankee Blue in because I'm feeling like I want a bit more intensity down here. And what are you guys up to today? So those of you that, oh gosh, you said it was really early morning. So what have you got planned? Are you going to try and get back to sleep now, or what's your plans for the day? Kelly, you loving the pinks? Oh, I love the Dixie Belle pinks. Love all of them. So I know I said I was going to use a more circular motion, but right this minute, there. I think it's just a case of getting some colour on. Like I said, this is really this is the first coat, so this is kind of rough. But I'm wanting it to have a sort of watercolour effect, I think. I quite like that so far. So you see, you can use a mister. I haven't even touched it with a mister yet. I've not even gone near it with a mister. That's not to say I won't. Probably on the next lot. But it's just to show you that you don't have to. Laura, you're supposed to be at work at 10. Oh, you definitely need to go and have a nap. Erin, it's 5:25. I'm the same as you. That's roughly the time I wake up all the time. Oh, you've got your morning coffee? I've got my tea. Cheers. Lovely. Okay, so I'm quite pleased with that for a base coat. You can see it's a bit thinner up here, but those paler colours on a relatively dark base, that you know, I'm really not so bothered about that. But I'm quite pleased how it looks. And actually, I'm thinking I might not use the driftwood after all, because I'm thinking I quite like the sort of way where it's gone there. So let's just get Savannah Mist on more of the front here. Oh, do you use the Silverline brushes as well? Yeah, they're awesome. I buy them in bulk, but they are really good. I mean, I destroy them until literally all the bristles are falling out and you literally can't wash them anymore for them coming out in clumps. I love them. I absolutely love them. I use them for clear coats. I try not to use I don't use my Dixie Belles or my Stylmeisters for, I don't even know if I'm saying Stylmeister right, by the way. I don't use these for clear coats, but they wash up, to be fair, they wash up great. So these ones, Laurie, like Jackie's just said, these are called, it's a company called Silverline. So if you're not in the UK, I don't know if this is just a UK brand or not. So they're not like cheap. They're not like chip brushes, but they are very fine filament synthetic brushes. And actually they're really, really good for, I think I get the small ones. So that one's, what's that? That's 1.5 inch. And then I've got 2-inch ones. I think they're certainly no more than a couple of pounds each. I think I buy 5 of each size at a time, and I'm really, really impressed. Yeah, love them. I mean, that's not, you know, I do love the Stylmeister and I do love the Dixie Belle brushes. Premium Advanced for £1 more. Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't see. I have not seen that one. That's brilliant then. They're really, really good value. So yeah, if you're starting out, it's really, really good. They're really good value, and they will last you, and you don't have to chuck them away like you would a chip brush. Chip brushes, you can get more than one use out of them. Chip brushes. I use chip brushes for my wax, and then I just leave them until they're like thick and stiff, and then I wash them up after that. But you can still wash chip brushes up and reuse them. But I'm terrible. I mean, this is, I'm not even going to show you the pots that I've got with brushes in. Artist brushes for doing small details. I've got wax brushes. I don't know if that's to hand. It might be up there. Yes, I've got things everywhere. This is one of my current favourites, this 2-inch Belle brush that just fits in the palm of your hand, and oh, love it. I love it. And it's really interesting because obviously when you see a painter and decorator, the way they hold a brush is very different to the way most furniture painters hold their brush here for more control. And I'm pretty sure most painters, I might be corrected wrong, but I don't think they hold, I think we seem to be a breed of our own and we hold it in a very different way. I saw a live the other day from, I can't even remember her name, that was a lady, it's on the Dixie Belle page, and she painted an oak cabinet. Morning, Terry. She painted an oak cabinet in Florida Orange, which is a really, really bright colour. I have this colour, it arrived yesterday, and I'm really tempted, but I'm not sure about the UK market. I don't know whether it might be a bit too adventurous. So I'll have to show you the colour and see what you guys think. So I don't want this to be too matchy, so I'm going for top over here and to kind of mirror, but not symmetrically mirror, just to give it some balance. And what I'll do is I'll go, actually I might as well just do that now. I'll go up onto the drawer with that colour because I think that will look quite nice as well. So I'm very aware of like time and not wanting to keep you all for too long. But obviously this process, I mean, it's not going to take really long time, but it is a bit of both. It's kind of, you've got to keep working at it. But what I'll probably do is I'll get the front finished with you guys for that first coat, and then I'll have to do another coat on this table that I'm doing anyway. and then hopefully that'll dry, and I'm planning on coming on and doing the transfer live as well. So that won't be today. Oh gosh, I don't think it will be today. We'll say not today. Stranger things have happened. I've just seen a question. Let me just concentrate. Hang on. How did I get started painting furniture? How long has it been? You're in your 5th year. I'm a little bit behind you then, actually. So I started just after Gracie was born, maybe a little bit down the line. So basically, the first thing, I've got an art background. I did fashion design at college. I used to be a buyer for a fashion company over here, a high street brand. So I've kind of always been into creative. But the first things I did was when Gracie went from nursery to big girl room, was redo some of the pieces that we had in the house already. I really didn't want to have to go out and buy new pieces. And to be honest, end up having, the same stuff that everybody's got. I kind of didn't really want that. And I had a few pieces, and then my mum's best friend gifted me a really old rocking chair. I think I've got a brush mark. Yeah. Gifted me an old rocking chair, which I'm sure you've all seen now, the turquoise one that I put the transfer on a few weeks ago. So that was one of my first pieces, the turquoise chair, and then I had a little oriental wooden cupboard that I also did turquoise with gold. And there's a picture on my page of Gracie in the rocking chair. If you look behind, she's got a boho bamboo headboard. That was done. So basically she was all pink and turquoise. And that was the first pieces to get her into her bedroom. And a couple of people said to me, oh, you should try this. So I bought a couple of pieces to just give it a go. And I loved it. And then I did a few pieces for me. I think I've told you guys all this before, but my wedding was very much homemade. And so our cake table was a dressing table that I had painted. And where we signed our register. So we had they call it a humanist celebrant. We had an outdoor ceremony, and so we had our own little register. So another dressing table was the desk that we signed our register on. See, I think you can probably see, is the camera picking it up? Let me move it over a little bit. Ooh, that way. No, the light's shining on it. Just a squidge. So when I said to you about doing circular motions, see, it's picking the paint up a little bit. I'll have to just pop. And hopefully, having the scuff sound should have done enough. It's picking it up a little bit, but it's okay. That'll be fine. So you see, when I do the circular motion, it just gives it a little bit more of a cloudy effect. But I'm not, as I said before, I'm really not too precious. This is still first coat. You can still see the line where the veneer trim's coming through. Michelle, I wondered where you'd been. How the devil are you? And how's your Gracie? Vocal as ever, I'm sure. So I am, those of you that have popped on more recently, i.e. Michelle, I'm using Savannah Mist as my main colour. What was that spray? Yes, this is just water. I've also got another one that's half water, half vinegar, but that's more for when you're creating those sort of drippy effects. I'm going to pop a bit more of the pink champagne. So yeah, I'm using mostly Savannah Mist. We've got Yankee Blue, Tea Rose, and then I'm popping some pink champagne in for highlights here in the middle. Kind of looks watercolory, doesn't it? I guess subconsciously that's probably what I was going for, to be honest. I'll use this one because this has got pink on. And you can just use the lightest, featheriest sort of touch with your brush to get the blend. Okay, what colour should we go up here with? It doesn't need more blue. Maybe that tea rose, I think. What do you think, guys? So we've got tea rose down here. I think I'm going to move the tea rose over a bit more on my next coat and then pop a bit up here. I did not know you could re-wet the paint to keep working. Ah, well, yeah, I mean, it's not completely dry, but yes, if you're starting to struggle and you do start seeing it pull up, it's worth a go. At the end of the day, we always say it's just paint. If it goes wrong, paint over it. But yes, so you can just a tiny bit, I find, will reactivate it enough in most instances to allow you to carry on. There's definitely a skill to painting and chatting. You're doing mighty fine, Michelle. Good to hear it. Yeah, anyone that's watching that has no idea what I'm talking about, your Gracie, yes. Michelle has a beautiful Maine Coon cat called Gracie. I quite like that. Tea rose, bit of tea rose, yeah. Jackie, I'm loving the tea rose. I'm getting confused on what brushes I've got in my hand. Back to that one. Everyone's got love for the tea. I love tea rose. I think it's beautifully subtle. I quite often, you've probably seen, I use it with Plum Crazy, and it has the most amazingly bonkers blendability with Plum Crazy, in my opinion. And you see where it's just, as it dries, you can use an even lighter touch with the brush, so it's barely even touching the surface, and it just gives you a really, really soft blend. I'm probably not going to touch the rest of that now, says she, carrying on. I know, Terry, don't you think this is going to look amazing with this over the top? So Michelle, you missed all this. This is what's going over the top of this. Oh my god, it's going to look amazing. Let's just finish over here. I have no idea what I'm going to do to the top. It's not going to get stained. It's definitely going to be painted, I think. But I don't know what I'm going to do to it yet. This is a bit of one of those suck it and see. Bonkers blendability. You like that phrase? I like that phrase. Maybe that will be my phrase. I'm going to hashtag bonkers blendability. I am as well, you know. I'm enjoying this one this morning. Yeah, Terry, do I want to know what the SH on the end of OMG means? Should I know that? I feel like I should know what that is. You're going to have to PM me. Go on, tell me what it is. Okay, I'm pleased where that is. It's going to be, obviously we've got some coverage issues here, but it's first coat, so I don't mind. We are all mad here. Yeah, this is first coat. You know, it's a rough gauge of getting the colours where you want them, and seeing how it works. And I really, really like this. I might do that foot in a combination of Savannah Mist and pink. Let's just do that while I'm on now. So the whole front's done, not just half the front. I did say I'm going to put more tea rose over there, didn't I think? Can you still see what I'm doing? Is my head in the way? I'm going to bring tea rose further over there. I feel like it needs a bit more. Try not to get too much paint on my staging floor. I'm not too precious. It washes. I've lost a brush. No, Michelle, I know what the OMG means, but Terry, hang on, I'm going to scroll back up. Terry, you put SH on the end of OMG. Nice, nice bun. Messy hair, don't care. I'm trying not to get in the way of what you can see as well. Get my knee out of the way. My trusty knee pads, can you see? These are awesome as well. Not that I particularly have knee problems, but I don't want them either. These are awesome. I have them on literally 100% of the time when I'm in my workshop. There we go. I'm going to stop playing with that now because I think it needs to dry for a bit. Okay, I'm really, really loving that. And I think it's actually showing darker. The Yankee Blue is showing darker on camera than it is in real life. It's a bit more subtle than it's showing on camera. But I'm pleased how it's gone. It's kind of, not that I like I said, I bought driftwood up and I bought vintage duck egg up, and I think that would overcomplicate it. I'm loving where it is right now. So, knee pads, they're great, look. Honestly, I want one for every room in the house. I'm going to stand up and show you my knee pads. There's my knee pad. Look at my jeans. But yeah, they're brilliant. So I have got a cushion to sit on, but I don't, I go nowhere without my trusty knee pads in the workshop, because I do spend quite a lot of the time on the floor when I'm getting hardware and stuff off. Okay, let's bring you back over. So, sorry if that was boring. How long have I been on, guys? Because the timer doesn't show. I think maybe about 45 minutes in the end. Somewhere between half an hour and 45. They are sexy, Michelle. They are. I mean, rocking the workshop glam. Okay, thank you all for watching. We've got quite a crowd watching this morning, so I hope it's not been too bonkers. I really, really appreciate you taking time to watch what I'm doing. Cardboard on the floor. Is that for protection of your knees or protect the floor? 37. Kelly, what's 37? You're 37? Not boring at all. Good, Jackie, I'm glad. Okay, guys, so I like I said, I really, really appreciate you taking the time to watch. And if you haven't already, like and follow my page. Drop me some hearts, drop me some love. All your comments are appreciated. You can see this week that we hit 5,000 likes on Facebook, which is amazing. I will drop my Instagram link in the comments, and if you can follow me on Instagram and get those numbers up over there, that would be grand too. Minutes, sorry Kelly, yes, so 37 minutes, not bad, not bad. Mosquitoes just flown past. Yeah, that's it, lovely, thanks guys, I'll catch you again soon, bye bye.